Fight on, fight on. Where's my drum section? No drum section. I've gone through the whole season not thinking it's my last. Senior!
Yeah.
You're leaving me? But all of a sudden, during this week, you start thinking, well, this is my last conquest rally. This is my last jock rally with the team. This is my last Saturday morning rehearsal. And all of a sudden, you get a little nostalgia, a little, choked up about, well, this is coming to an end. So just this week, the last couple of days, it's starting to sink in. 1, 2, 1, 2. The band I inherited in 1970, first of all, it was 80 strong. Second of all, it was all male. Third of all, it was predominantly music majors who had a march to receive their scholarship. Fourth of all, there was a lot of guys out of the 60s that were not interested in discipline at all. So now you flash forward 50 years, now we're close to 300. We're 50% female, 50% male. We have every major on this campus in this band. It's a very inclusive, diversified band. And the kids are very, very smart.
So when you came onto campus, what were some of the first things you looked at and said, oh, this has got to change?
You have to have a structure and a group of student leaders who buy into the change of culture, if you will. And it takes a while to get that following of leaders who then, go back to the rank and file guys, and they do the teaching, because it has to come from inside out. And it's, it really took me a good 10 years to go through the whole process of changing the culture and get it going in the right direction. Tomorrow's the big day! Are we gonna win? Absolutely. 2, ready, and... With Tribute to Troy was written by my predecessor, Ronald Broadwell. And it was in the book, but it was just like another fight song of many. So what I did, and this maybe goes back to Marv Goo, I became a coach. He taught me that here's how you should be running this band. It should be run like a football team.
Take a left. Go. Take a left. Trombone, take a left.
And it should be physical. You should be yelling all the time. You should be running back from, nobody walks, everybody runs back. You're doing cheers. So now I got going, and I came up with this idea that for every play on the field, I'm going to have a response from the band. It could be the drums, it could be a cheer, it could be a fight song. So, and now it's interesting how it's morphed again. The offenses are so fast now, you don't have time to play it all the way through. So now we just go, jump, stop. And there's energy in the crowd, and hopefully it transfers to the field, and the team makes another good stop.
You talk about running it like a football team. So my first year was 1995.
Yeah. Wrong! What's in the clarinet section?
I was in high school marching band.
Yes.
So I come here, and I was scared to death. The old members were mean to me. We got on this bus and went off to band camp, which was always supposed to be fun. You weren't fun. You were kind of a tyrant.
Yes.
And did that have a point?
I'd like to. The band has changed. It is now more of a teaching organization now. It's the older guys teaching the younger guys. And my leaders, squad leaders, section leaders are now teachers. Now, am I still a tyrant? Probably.
Burn. Bout. Haste. Get back in line. Get back in line.
Back then it was more about changing the culture and making it really challenging to become a member of the Trojan Marching Band. Now we're still demanding, but it's much more kid-friendly, if you will. I wish that I would say that I've mellowed out, but I don't think so.
Lock it in. Let's go, tenors. Lock it in. Stop. Go back. I think we need a torture drill.
Every rehearsal is a performance. I expect 100% energy. I expect everybody giving their all and going. And then when I see somebody not doing that, they're going to hear about that.
David, would you put your head straight ahead?
You got 300 guys, so it's hard to know people's name. But for example, yesterday, there was a saxophonist in a bright yellow shirt right behind a tuba line, and I singled him out. Why? Because he was 2 steps late hitting the formation. And so my philosophy is, well, if I identify one guy, well, I got everybody around him, which might be 30, 40, 50 guys. I got everybody's attention. And it didn't happen the next time. I just gave a luncheon to graduating seniors who are receiving a scholarship from Town and Gown, a women's organization. And I gave them 4 what I call pillars of the marching band, what you hope that our seniors get out of being in the band. Number 1 is time management. To be successful in your future career is how you manage your time. And you probably learn this in the band more than any place. You got 9 hours of rehearsals, you got all the extra time memorizing your music, you got a 12-hour game day, on, and you hope that these students learn how to manage their time. The second is leadership. We build leaders. You start with a freshman who's just trying to survive. Everything's new. Fight songs, marching style, spirit, yelling, it's all new. So you really don't, you're just trying to survive from game to game. Then you're an old member as a sophomore. You think you know everything, but you're not in a position of leadership. Then you're a junior and you start becoming a leader. You're a squad leader, you get to work with a 4-member squad, but more importantly, you set the level of excellence. How you march, how you play, how you yell, how you support the team, so on and so forth. And then the ultimate goal is your senior year, you become a section leader, which is elected by the students. And we have 2 section leaders for each section. So now you're in charge of maybe 30 trombones, maybe 20 clarinets, 35 drummers. So now you have a big responsibility, and you're responsible for the welfare of those students. So we build this leadership each year, more responsibility, more growth. The third one is you have to embrace mentorship. And I use an example myself. If I don't have Marv Gu as my mentor, I am not the band director that I am today. And there's Bob Yanni from Disneyland, Hank Ehrlich from Paramount Studios, Ken Kotler taught me how to fundraise. So through my years, I've had these mentors. And my advice to the seniors is, look for the best guy in your field. And then go to school with that guy. Befriend that guy. And you be surprised how much you will learn. The last thing is the Trojan family. I run this band as a family. All you have to be is a Trojan. All you got to do is bleed Cardinal gold. That's all anybody cares about. And so Trojans, they take care of themselves, they support each other, they uplift each other, they motivate each other. It's kind of a nebulous mystique kind of thing, but it's real. And I think the band is the best example of that. And this helps you get through the rest of your life. Because you have this network you can always turn to. Nobody's moving. Nobody's touching their head.
What are you going to miss most?
I'm going to miss working with the kids. I'm tough, I'm demanding, but still, that's the fun part. Going out, playing these fight songs, going to a pep rally like we did last night, and feeling that energy. You can't buy that. You can't go to a store and give me a bottle of energy. And these kids have bought into this mystique of the Trojan marching band. And I think that's what I'm going to miss the most, working with these kids. Watch them improve from week to week. Watch them improve from band camp to the last game, which is tomorrow. And watching the growth of these students, that's what I'm going to miss. And now, watch me go.